Okay, I think we're live, I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me just get the game up on the screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, welcome to the first anniversary live stream meetup. I'm gonna read chat. Thank you everybody for coming out to join us at this meetup. So yeah, so basically you may be thinking, oh wait, why are you saying Club Penguin 3D's anniversary? It's Club Penguin's anniversary. Well, it's also our anniversary because beta started when Club Penguin 3D beta started. So yeah, it's kind of a double anniversary, I guess. So I'm going to be also answering questions talking about the past of Club Penguin 3D, because even though we are such a small game and have only really existed for 1 year, a lot has changed, and anyone who's a beta player or alpha player knows that a lot has changed. So I'm going to be reading chat, so you could ask any questions you want. Me and Palp, once he gets in here, will be able to answer them. So yeah. And if you want to play Club Penguin 3D, go to cp3d.org and click the play button, and it should lead you to a download page. just get Christmas music off. Okay.
Are we real?
Yeah, we're live. We're good. I can hear you.
All right. Oh, we're live.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. All right. This is I'm a bit on the spot. Hey, what's poppin', everybody? Happy 1 year. It has been quite a year of stuff happening.
Well, good way to put it.
I gotta log into the game. I have my VPS open and I have Flash open. I forgot they were all low.
Let me see. Special penguin chat Easter egg. Someone wants to know if we're gonna have those for the igloo furniture. I'm guessing.
Like the penguin band, because that was the only thing that was in.
I think so.
Like what do you mean? Oh wait, that's all that's there. There's not anything there for you.
Maybe we could just put a white room, and then that's the penguin chat.
Yeah, do my favorite design. White room with slight bit of blue on it to represent an ocean.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
My favorite experimental penguins room. It's great. It's 2 white rooms, one of which that has an interactable pole, and then a third room with more white. Club Penguin had very humble roots, very humble, possibly bad roots.
I just realized my game was frozen the whole time. All right, it should have been fixed.
I'm still waiting for Adobe Flash to actually crash. There we go, it crashed. Cool.
Someone asked if you're an Epic gamer.
I would say so, yeah. I feel pretty oppressed. I feel pretty oppressed at this moment.
I don't know, I guess I'm a normie. I don't play that much games, to be honest.
You gotta become the games.
True. And as for people asking why 2 music tracks are playing in the coffee shop, that's not supposed to happen. That's just a glitch, but you know, we learn. Next year that will not happen, so just a heads up.
Yeah, we forgot. That's us.
I don't know, I'm actually like surprised we even got to a first anniversary, to be honest.
Are there a bunch of people? I'm still not in yet.
Yeah, there's a pretty decent amount of people here.
Oh geez, that's scary. I'm afraid of crowds. Oh man, it's my first ever party I've been invited to. I kind of just barged my way into the alpha test party.
Well, technically everybody did.
That's true. That is true.
Someone asked what the next mini game is, and there's an answer, but you have to be in game to see it or like hear it, I guess. I'm pretty sure some people already spotted it or like heard it before, but yeah, someone, I can't really say because then it's gonna spoil it, but there's an Easter egg there if you want to know what the next mini game is. You just gotta search through each room. Are we gonna be able to tip the iceberg? Maybe. I mean,
like, it kind of ruins the whole point of going there if it's actually tippable, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, geez, I don't know how to answer that. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm barging in, boys. I'm here. Oh my god. Okay, there are a lot of people here.
Quite a few people here.
Yeah, this is quite big. Hello, everybody. What's going on? How we doing? Should I wear my alpha hat to flex?
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna do that now.
Hold on, let's put them on. I'm gonna put on my alpha hat to flex.
Well, someone's asking about the bowling alley. That's a common question, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, there was a lot of hype about it before the game dropped.
Yeah, so can't blame
We,
anybody.
we plugged that like we had it done for a very long time. Meanwhile, we had renders, and then like I think we had like a very rudimentary sample of a possible game concept, and then we were like, nah, let's just wait.
Yeah, so as far as that goes, pretty much nothing really happening with that. But in the future, you never know.
I mean, I forget if I actually made it one of the possibly rendered backgrounds we get on the website. I always forget what I put there. I know I have to change them eventually because some of them don't work. But we got a bunch of people wearing their alpha hats to flex.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Good to know alpha players are still here.
Yeah, no, I'm actually really that really makes me happy that people have stuck with the game for as long as they have.
Let me turn up Discord a little.
I think the glitch where items that you wear, the animations will continue to play after you take them off is my favorite in the entire game. Yeah. There's so much possibility with it. I see Domo is currently flying with the alpha hat on, and I thoroughly enjoy that.
Yeah, also, I gotta mention this every time somebody does it, but in the original Club Penguin, you couldn't do special dances with your actual clothes on, but in this game you can. So not to brag or anything, but
not to brag or anything, but we're better.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess.
I always see people. I saw people get mad that we changed that because it like ruins their original. I'm like, there are certain things. And this is coming from someone who's making a like classic antique Club Penguin server. There are some things that should change because they're outdated. There are some things that definitely should be changed and tweaked, and that was one of them. It was always so annoying when you had an item and it was like, oh, I wish I could just like do something else. I think there were only a few exceptions to that, like only this item rule. I know that the water wings could be worn with the duck. The jetpack could be worn with the propeller hat. There's one I know I'm forgetting. The clown suit all went together. The red lei and the hula skirt, and then the black puffle and the jackhammer, I think, were the only real ones that were, and the vest too. The vest one, the jackhammer. I remember that too. But that's like most of them. There's really not that many unless they're in like a set together. There's very few that like are completely unrelated. I think the only one that I could think of is the water wings and inflatable duck. If I was gonna go on like different sets of items completely.
And as to where the download page is, should be just once you go to the website, you click play. You should be able to log in once you have made an account, and there should be downloads.
Yeah, we tried to streamline the whole website process. It used to be a nightmare. I made the play button like way bigger, just so it was obvious.
It's gonna get easier soon.
It's like the first thing you see on the page, but we got to work on the actual login area next.
Yeah.
But we do have plans. Soon trademark.
Let me just make sure the audio is balanced out, just in case.
I was on today getting my hat, and I saw the back of the cake has our very special penguin friend on it, and I thought it was a really nice little Easter egg. I enjoy it very much. I was talking, and I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. I don't even know how it got there, because when we made the cake, it wasn't there, and then it just magically showed up when we implemented it. So I don't know how it got there, but you know. Oh wow, I'm getting tons of friend requests right now. All right, all right, boys. Everyone who wants a postcard, I will send postcards.
Oh yeah, someone asked about Richard. He said if we're ever gonna see him close up again.
I would say that you just gotta kind of wait and see. Richard's kind of an enigma. He's kind of hard to track or predict. He just kind of does things. We don't really know how he works.
Yeah, more or less. It's kind of like an SCP, but just not.
I said on the wiki. I said on the wiki that the two words I would use to describe him are mysterious and malevolent. And then nothing else is really. Oh, I'm getting postcards now. Now that I said you can postcard me, people are now sending me postcards. No postcards. Oh wait, no. Now I'm getting people screaming for postcards. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try and send while I can. I'm gonna send out Happy Halloweens. That way they're seasonal postcards. All right, I'm sending out seasonal postcards now. You know, it's a really weird. You ever think? Did you ever think as a kid, Will, that you were like, you know, people would be asking me for postcards? Like, it's very bizarre.
No, never
I like.
in a million years.
I love it. I love it, but it's extremely bizarre. Help send me your credit card info on a postcard. I don't have a credit card. I have a debit card. I use everything from a debit card. That way, I don't have to like rack up interest. I just haven't found any credit card companies that will be fair. Also, because of the lack of mail like importance, I keep every single letter that is sent to me.
Same.
So if you want to send me postcards, I will not delete them.
Someone said, besides the Welcome Lake, are we planning to add more areas that wasn't from AS2 Club Penguin?
That's a good question. I mean, we've definitely gone through it, and I mean, even like back when I was still like actively pursuing Relic, we kind of like threw the idea around of implementing some of them. But I mean, not right now. We've got so much work to actually do for the real like game that we kind of want to focus our efforts on that. We still have so much to do, and we appreciate all of your support. Thank you all. I'm watching this room of people. I'm like, oh my god.
It's more people than we usually have in one party room.
I know, right? I'm so appreciative for everyone coming out. It's nice to be able to see everyone here.
It is.
Because you know, I mean, I don't know if you feel this way, but I feel like when you got people and you go on and there's not really that many, you start forgetting how many people actually support the project.
Yeah.
And then I come here and I'm like, oh my god, like it's really a lot of people. I mean, I appreciate all of you. Also, if I haven't postcarded you yet, like the chat is gone. Just send out another message. I will 100% send one. If you still want. I know some people are trying to collect like postcards from as many staff as possible.
I didn't know that was a thing until now.
Some people are doing it. I don't really care, but it's also because all of the staff are on my friends list anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, someone said something about the room that was connected to the plaza originally. I forgot what it was, but I know what he's talking about.
The room connected to the plaza?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you mean that like whole thing that we modeled and then never did anything with?
Yeah, like the news room or whatever it was.
Yeah, I remember that actually. Let's see, what else we got? Oh god, I'm getting a lot of postcard people now. Alright, hold on, I'm gonna start sending them out. I sent someone cool igloo. I apologize, I haven't seen your igloo.
Just gonna lie to them like that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'll come see it later if I remember who you are. I think I said that to Kai. So if Kai wants to show me his igloo later, I mean, I'm down. It probably is cool. Can I get one, please? Coming right up. I'll say best friends for life for this person because you know, everyone who plays is a friend. Let's see. Hey everyone. Oh hey, Y drop just dropped.
Oh really?
Yeah. His username's Morty, but he is here.
Oh god, I wonder what time zone it is for him.
He was complaining today because the CPR mascots were destroying him, and me and Techno are still having the stamp race, and he got involved.
Oh yeah.
And Techno and I are like way ahead now because we got like 3 of the mascots that never come on.
Because
we're both real scared that Max is gonna drop, probably at some point during the stream. So I'm gonna miss him.
Because today, and it was I think 7th period. I was in math, and I was like, oh yeah, I could check Club Penguin Rewritten. So I went on, and I was like, why is the town and the plaza full?
And so much fun.
People were saying there's like a mascot or something, but
it was ridiculous.
All I wanted to do was get to the coffee shop.
Yo, Kai just added me to his friends list, so I'm gonna go check out his igloo. So I'm gonna leave for a minute. Let me go check it out. Let's go see what he's got. I mean, whatever. This is now an episode of HGTV with me. To all my American friends. This is a very bare igloo with a singular can of soda in it. Very minimalist. I enjoyed.
Wow. That's actually pretty cool. I'm going to send him one of those postcards now, too.
I'm not even kidding. It is literally just, like, I walked in and there's just a singular can of soda sitting. Like this is the entirety of the igloo. I love it. It's amazing. everyone should send Kai a friend request and come here. Guys, first ever igloo party should happen in this room. I'm telling you, everyone add Kai and come here. I really hope that gets traction. I really hope that gets traction and someone else comes here to look at this random igloo with a singular soda can in it. I love it. It's great. People are here. A person is here. Oh, there's 2 people now. Kai's here now.
And for all of you people in the EU, I'm really sorry. It must be 2 a.m. for you. So I really appreciate you guys that are in those time zones.
If you've got other commitments for the morning, please go and get some sleep. We appreciate you coming out, but don't destroy your sleep schedule over us on our behalf. Oh, did more people show up? I feel like I left for a minute and now there's more people.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more people.
I like it. I enjoy this.
Who also, not to alarm anybody. Is alarm the right word? But
I mean, I don't know what your next statement is going to be, so I can't really judge your qualifier.
But I heard from Rookie that he might be showing up in a few minutes. But
oh boy,
that's just what I've heard. So
is Rookie still giving out those hand-drawn backgrounds, or is he actually taking pictures now?
I don't know. I think he actually discovered what a camera was now.
Oh, whoa, he discovered what a camera is?
So he's getting pretty high tech.
Oh boy. Oh boy, does that mean what I think it means?
I think it does.
Oh no. Time for those crazy people that try to get every single item to freak out because, you know.
Item completionists.
I mean, to be fair, I am an item completionist, but it's also because I got a head start on everyone else. I want to just make the claim right now that if you don't have the alpha hat, it is disqualified from item completion on the grounds that it is literally impossible to get unless you were invited.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tour Guide, Old Blue, and Arctic White are the same. Or not Arctic White. No, it is Arctic White. That is the one that we didn't release. Yeah, all those items. Anything that's like restricted to alpha testers is off the books. This is an official PALP statement. If you don't have the beta hat, sorry, you're screwed.
Yeah, pretty much.
The beta hat was available for like what? I think we said like 5,000 people out of the.
Yeah, like around that.
5,000 out of the like what? How high are we now? Like 25? 25,000?
Yeah, I'd say 25.
So, 20% of the base has it. I count it as a rare item, but it's definitely one of the lesser rare items. It was definitely more common than the wizard hat up until this year. Now the wizard hat is the most common item in the game. I know that makes a few people mad, but also it was not fair to hoard it.
I feel like I would be an item completionist if I didn't suck so much at some of the games.
I mean, like, I have access to the console, so I kind of cheese a lot of my items.
It's like, I do too, but it's like, I don't know, because I don't want to, like, I just want to, like, play it fair, more or less, I guess.
I also keep a lot of the items, including, like, what you would consider, like, quote-unquote, like, bait items for the wiki, in case, like, none of us have it.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to eventually do an entire section on, like, mascot-specific items, and I'll probably be the one who has to wear all of them.
It's for testing purposes.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not to flex. Absolutely not to flex. It is for testing only. Also, yeah, no, people seem very, very surprised with the amount of people that are hanging out.
Yeah.
I mean, I am not gonna lie. This is like almost like an actual Club Penguin party that we're having here.
Pretty much.
I'm thoroughly enjoying it. This is great. I'm really happy.
I mean, even with the 30 people we have in this room, I mean, it's still quite crowded. Imagine, like, once our game gets as big as, like, something like CPR, I mean, we might need to expand the room size a bit.
We might need to get multiple servers.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
This is 30, and it's, like, it already feels like a mascot is in here, which, not yet, but I enjoy one of my favorite modelers, Soups, jackhammering the cake right now. Thoroughly love that.
You know, he's just making sure it's cut up nice.
Making sure. Exactly. You got to cut the cake.
Somebody's got to do it.
Get out your jackhammers. All right, why not? All right, everybody, pull out your jackhammers.
Hold on, let me do that now.
Everyone, pull out your jackhammers. You can switch back to your alpha. You can switch back to your respective hat later. Just switch out after you have the animation going. I'm gonna put on my first year hat. Everyone kind of knows that I'm an alpha. I don't need to flex.
Alpha hat, alpha male.
Alpha hat, alpha male. I agree. I forget. Can you move? Did we ever change it so you can move while you're using the jackhammer, or does it automatically go back to walking?
Oh yeah, it just goes automatic back to walking.
Sad. When does the meetup end? Honestly, I'm not quite sure. That would be up to Will.
I don't know, maybe 9-ish, because I still haven't done homework, but, you know, who cares?
I was teaching myself an entire unit of calc until you got here, so, you know. Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, wait, no, that's not. I thought that there was an impression mark from the jackhammer, but it was actually a red puffle. So,
Julian,
how does one obtain the jackhammer? Is the hard hat still in penguin style, or did we phase it out?
It might be phased out.
I don't remember anymore. Hey, Nexus. Nexus, I know you're here. Nexus, you are my eyes and ears on that.
I don't know if anybody knows, then it's probably Nexus. So, but I mean,
Yeah.
Club Penguin added old items back into the catalog like a lot.
Oh yeah, no. Once we have like a lot more of a selection of items, I'm sure we're gonna start returning a lot more. Oh, yo, is that Kuker? I've been trying to get Kuker's player card for the wiki for like 10 years. There he is. Nexus, take a snapshot so we can actually have it. So his wiki article is finally complete. I still don't have Palo's because I am quite literally unsure if Palo has an account.
I think he does, maybe.
I think he does, but I don't think I've ever seen him online. Technos I had to rip from Alpha because I haven't seen him in so long.
Oh, somebody walked in.
Oh boy, there he is.
We also, by the way, Rookie is here. So, he has his Halloween gear on.
Gonna slap on that background.
So let me just get that background real quick. And yeah, custom player card too. So
looks pretty cute. Also, yeah, custom player card, boys. Yo, what's up, Rookie? How we doing? You getting a little close and personal?
I wonder. Should I ping here to tell everybody? Rookie?
Yeah, probably. It's definitely. I mean, probably most of the people that are coming are here, but you know, why not crowd up the town a little bit? All right, everybody. Now to crowd Rookie completely.
Okay, you know the drill. Smother the mascot and send him postcards.
Smother the mascot. No. Don't send him postcards. Scream to have postcards sent to you, because that's the way that they really.
Yeah, there you go.
They like it that way. I mean, I was on CPR today, and I saw a bunch of people complaining that like people that go and like look at mascots are like, I can't believe that they won't leave. It's so selfish. And then the mascot came to our room, and then they just sat there. I'm like, all right, you're hypocrites. You're hypocrites. I usually leave because I'm like, I'm only here for the stamp in the background. I'm not here to chat with a CPR staff member. I'll just talk to them. I'm on good terms with a few of them. I did art for one of them, and one of them's Flynn, who I pretty much have always been on relatively good terms with. So I mean, like, whatever. I'm not really the only one that I really have never talked to, because I feel like hasn't done anything outside of CPR is Stu. I don't know if Stu's done any actual other. I think he just got hired for CPR and hit it big, which, you know, good for him.
Yeah.
Definitely no shame there. But I was just like, I don't think I've ever seen him on anything else. And I've known him. I've been in the community for like what now? It's 2019, so 8 years. Like, there are some big names. Flynn is a huge name. Flynn's been doing stuff since I first joined, and he was still a legend back then.
I think I only know like maybe a handful of rewritten staff, but I mean, a lot of them got switched out, so there's a lot of new staff that I don't know.
I mean, Cody is currently in my server. but I don't think he really counts anymore.
Well, you have that. So, you know.
I still his bio on Twitter is I made it Club Penguin written, I regret it. I'm like, okay, that's pretty hardcore. Like you can say whatever you want, but that's like kind of a that's a pretty cool bio. Just like really short and to the point.
I mean, even if so, I mean, you gotta hand it to Club Penguin written for, you know, getting as far as they did. I mean, how many players did they pass?
3 million? No, that's not right. That's not right, because CPO is like 5 million. I don't live in a world where CPO is more players than CPR.
It could have been like 2 million or like 20 million or something, like some big number.
But... It's a big number, but I still remember being in the private server community when CPR launched and how big of a change that was. That people were like, oh man, it's just Club Penguin. And then now no one wants to go in any custom content servers, even though that was the big thing.
Yeah.
Just because of CPR alone. CPR alone caused that. It's amazing to me how much of an innovator they really were in their field. I mean, there were some before it, to be fair, but they weren't successful. I mean, Old Penguin is probably one of my favorites, and it had no players and died within 3 months. I loved Old Penguin though; it was so good. It's just a shame that it was definitely a cult private server, which I'm kind of terrified that mine's going to turn into a cult private server too, just because of the idea being kind of niche. But I'm hoping. Right now, I'm just chugging along. Where's Rookie? Rookie is right next to you.
Oh, he's breathing down my neck.
Where's Rookie?
Oh, he's over there. I see him.
So this is lag. I mean,
I gotta remove some of these postcards real quick.
Oh, are you just getting? Is Rookie just getting completely spammed with postcards?
He probably. Wait, can you postcard him? Let me see.
It's pretty
you
good.
can't. But I'm sure he might be sending some.
Oh, you can't. Oh, you can't send postcards to mascots. I didn't realize that. Oh wait, yeah, no, because the only thing on their player card is the gift button. I never understood for the life of me. Slight rant. I don't know why they ever got rid of the users in room function and replaced it with friending the mascot. I was like, why even bother doing that? Like, yeah, okay, the mascot is online, cool. But also, like, I can't click on him, and people are swarming him completely. Like, what am I supposed to do here?
We're almost at 40 people in the room now.
40 people?
From the 30 we just had 5 minutes ago.
I guess people are excited to come see Rookie. Oh, who's here? Oh, it's Andrew. What's going on, dude?
What's up, Andrew?
Hey, what's up? Happy anniversary, guys.
Happy year.
I had to come on a little later. I was doing some stuff. It was a family problem.
Nah, I got you. Don't even worry about it, man. I'm just excited about the anniversary. Oh my god. I remember where we were last year, and it was not here.
Oh god, don't even remind me.
I was looking because I was looking into the wiki a few days ago, and I happened to stumble on the Halloween party from 2018, and I just looked at some of the things that I put out, and I was like, why did I consider this passable? Oh, it was awful.
Well, you gotta remember, the next year we're gonna look back at this year and be like,
oh, I'm sure.
A year ago?
I'm sure that I'm sure that on second year we're gonna have like CPI tier graphics or something, and we're gonna be like, man, this looks terrible. It's just the insane improvement that we've made. I mean, by next year, I hope that we have a lot more of the like side content that Club Penguin has, like more mini games. I mean, we could in theory probably do stamps, but it would be an absolute mess. We'd need to get everything else done first, at least in my opinion.
And I think especially with the I can't say it because we're live, but the project that hopefully we can get done soon. I think that is going to drive in a lot of people.
I've dubbed it Project Super Secret.
More or less super secret. I've said something about it in general. Just said we're working on something it's gonna drive in a lot of people. So that's promised, I guess.
I would definitely say that it is going to impact our community in an extremely positive way once it's all implemented. I think it'll be pretty good. I think it'll be a pretty welcome change.
And I think the only thing I'm thinking about from the last year Halloween party, the only thing I still enjoyed about it was the fog that was in the forest. I think that was still cool.
Oh, the fog from last year?
Yeah.
I remember that I was extremely adamant about doing the Halloween 2006 like solar eclipse thing instead of the storm. And I still stand by that decision, but like nothing else.
Yeah.
Pretty much all other executive decisions I made, I ended up regretting. But the solar eclipse I did like. I kind of liked the idea of a Halloween night sky because the storm kind of got, cliche.
Yeah.
Every year the same storm came in. I always kind of enjoyed how quaint it was in 2006 and 7, where there was just like sky's dark, it's nighttime.
Yeah, someone had a question for all of us. He said, "What party are we hoping to do/see in Club Penguin 3D?" And I guess I'll go last. You guys can go first.
Andrew, you can go first.
All right, sure. I mean, I would want to see like the sky party. That would be a really fun one. It'd be difficult to model, but like, it would have a lot of interesting content, a lot of interesting rooms. I mean, I'm not ahead of all that stuff, but yeah.
The Festival of Flight would be an absolute nightmare.
Festival of Flight, yeah.
That would be a nightmare to do.
But just hypothetically speaking.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. It'd be fun. It'd be fun, but it would be a nightmare. The one thing I always forget about that party specifically is that in order to play mini games, you had to move down into like tunnels and stuff to get back to the mainland. It was really weird. I always forget that was a thing. But it seems like everyone else forgets that's a thing too. But it's like the weirdest kind of cool like part where it's like, yeah, of course you wouldn't be able to play Hydro Hopper in air. It makes sense. It's just kind of cool.
It's all about realism, man.
Yeah. For me, I think if I were to pick a party that we haven't done yet, I'm kind of a sucker for Camp Penguin, not gonna lie. I like it. I made a few concepts back in the day for the mess hall, and I think I made the interior a little bit. It looks awful now, but if I was to go back and have like any sort of control over it, which I kind of do, but I don't think I actually put it on our party planner. But yeah, Camp Penguin would be the one I'd want to do. Maybe the Winter Luau too, because it's very small and just kind of a little fun party.
I think if I could pick like one or two, one existing one would be the Christmas party because that holds a strong foundation with nostalgia for me. But if I had to choose one that we don't have, I'd be crossed with the medieval party and future April Fool's Day parties because both are something that could really challenge us. So
all right. So I want to talk about April Fools for a minute, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So April Fools is my favorite holiday in real life. It's always my favorite. It's right near my birthday, which is not really that important because I don't really like my birthday that much. But I do like April Fools. And when we were doing April Fools for 3D, I think it was around the time where I got promoted, and I was like, all right, guys, we are going to make this work. And I basically went through with every single modeler, and I was like, hey, what are your ideas for this? And a bunch of people gave me cool ideas. My personal favorite is mine, where the first year hat, because technically it was a year since we released for the first time. There's a giant error. I like that a lot. It's one of my favorite little jokes. Another one I like is the missing textures thing that we did for a lot of rooms. Anything, the whole thing. I remember like my whole plan was like, do the whole thing that CP did with like jokes about 2D art and artistry, and make it a 3D joke about art and artistry.
Exactly.
So next year, I have a few ideas for how we can kind of like up that ante. Maybe do some stuff. Honestly, Will, I was thinking about pitching this to you, is making really low quality models in Swift 3D and just putting those in.
Yeah, that's a good. I like that idea.
I was thinking about it. I was going around. I was doing some experimenting in Swift to try and figure out if it were like a possibility, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's reasonable. It kind of be like the drawing room from the later April Fool's Day parties, just kind of in our own little twist. Oh, people are wearing the arrow hat. Okay, I appreciate it. It's probably my favorite item in the game. That and the wizard hat. I have a little bit of soft spot for the items that I've modeled.
I think something cool to do, I think, for April Fools would probably be get the old models, like when the pizza parlor used to be in the town, and then put that in the town. Put all those old like garbage models into the town.
We have to take the cake coffee shop that was in there in the first trailers.
In Alpha.
Let me think what else we got. What other weird?
The mug one, that was the bad.
Yeah.
God, yeah, that one.
Oh man, that was bad. What about like that entire area that got leaked? So Palo like banned it from existence.
Wait, hold on. I gotta go back into my memory.
It was the first ever like concepts for the lake area, when it was like 4 rooms, and then it got leaked. So Palo said we couldn't use it and remodel the entire lake room from scratch.
Hold on, I'm still thinking.
Oh, it was before beta. It was like a week before beta, like officially launched, and it was actually it was about a year ago.
Okay, that's probably why I don't remember it.
A little over a year ago we did it, and it was a mess.
It's like it's hard to believe that the actual development cycle of this game is going to turn 3 soon.
God.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
I was thinking about it. It's like I'm only like you know, like half a year away from being 3 on this team. That's weird. I don't like that.
It's only felt like 1 year, to be honest.
Yeah.
It really has only felt like 1 year.
That's because you gotta remember, this is nobody's full-time job, so our lives just go on, and this kind of just goes on in the background. It's probably taking up taking up a lot of time, obviously, but it hasn't taken up like your entire existence.
Exactly. I was sitting in a private server today in the staff chat, and there was a guy there. The private server, I can't name the private server, but the private server is kind of, it's on its way down. Like, it's having a bunch of problems, like monetarily, and you know, developers are kind of going in and out. It's bad. But there's one guy there who got like really emotional about how this was like his entire existence and how he didn't want the server to die. And I was like, if a 3D staff member ever got to that point, I would have to fire them. That's not healthy. It's not healthy to be that obsessed. It's healthy to have a passion, but obsession is bad. It's bad for the team. There was someone that were overworking themselves to that degree where it wasn't fun or even like a passion project anymore. It'd be insane.
Well, if that ever happened to anybody, if I were in their position, I'd leave, because if you're not even enjoying it, then what's the point?
Yeah, no, this guy really did not seem like he was enjoying it. We were joking around. We were passively joking around about deleting the server, and he got really mad. We were like, all right, this is clearly something else. Something else is happening here.
Because it's like, much as I love Club Penguin 3D, like if anything, like if it closed or anything, I would be like horribly like sad and distraught. But I don't think, you know, it's my whole life. I mean, I still have, you know, other passions and stuff. But would I be very sad? Yeah, of course.
I think that if I've talked about this before, but I think if CP3D were to ever close, I would definitely be devastated. But I would be like, well, time for the next project. What's up next? It's always kind of been the way I think, and even with CP3D, I've always been like, all right, where do I go from here? And now I'm trying to figure out how to do actual like server hosting, so I can try to contribute in that way. And it's always like I try to link all my stuff over back to 3D eventually, but sometimes you just got to kind of do your own thing and just be like, well, you know, not everything can be this one project that you have. If you want to do something else, you should go do it. I'm trying to do. That's why I'm like, all right, I'm going to try and balance 3D with Antique, and I think it's going pretty well so far. 3D came out well, Antique's coming along really smoothly. I'm pretty happy with where I am right now. My life, I guess. Yeah, but I'm really happy with the progress that we've made. Like, there's so much that we've done since release even. Like, do you remember the old player card? Remember the old model?
Yeah.
Remember the original? Remember the original donor backgrounds before we redrew them?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I still have them.
They are on the wiki. I made sure to save them. Oh man, I still kick myself for releasing that original pet shop model and thinking that was any semblance of ready. My shark model I still kick myself for because I told Snow it was a placeholder and then it got implemented completely.
Well, you know what? We've all had those moments.
Yep.
Basically, almost every building was modeled by me. It looked horrible. Just like I'm looking back, it was unoptimized, untextured. It was a mess.
I mean, for the first 6 months of the game's life, we didn't even use textures. We used mats entirely, and it looked terrible.
Oh god.
That would probably be the big lesson that I would tell any aspiring 3D modeler. Like, hey, if you want a 3D model, that's great. Don't use materials. They look better without materials than with materials 90% of the time. Like a gray model looks better than like a gray untextured model looks better than a model that has materials on it a lot of the time. So as long as you're not going for a super cartoony style, don't use materials, which, you know, 3D does, but you can see materials like this rocket snow right over here. That's pretty much entirely materials except for the rocket itself. The screen hog, I think, is mostly materials. The coffee cup, the top, and the good are textures, and I think the rest are materials. You can use materials, but you have to use them in conjunction with textures. You can't just use materials. They look bad. They look very bad.
I think the only thing that I'm still content with is the penguin model, just because I've worked for 2 years just like trying to get it right.
Which, the original or the one that's in right now?
The one that's in right now.
Yeah, no, it looks great. I think I mean, we're never changing it again because that was so impossible to do. Oh, yo, Snow says rookies moved outside. Oh boy, time to go and hang out on the town because, you know, the coffee shop's getting crowded. But yeah, I think the penguin model is one of the things that I would say, like, if I were to be like, what is the best model in the game? It would be up there. It's pretty good. It looks cartoony enough.
I think it fits the style perfectly.
Oh, it does, 100%.
It has a classic CP blended with the 3D style. I think it looks very good. Even
I would say that the problem with our original model, and no offense to you, Will, because it's still great, but a problem with that original model is that we stuck too hard to the in-game one-to-one aspect of it, without realizing that didn't convert over very well. I think when ScreenHog came out with the video showing off the penguin model, you and I, Will, had a conversation. We were like, yeah, no, it really doesn't work to try and make it one-to-one. So I think what we ended up doing was telling one of the modelers to rip from like the 2008 style and model based off of it, and then it came out way better. That 2008 to 2012 style looks so good for 3D models, and just in general, it's a really nice art style.
I mean, I think the new model that's like in the game now, I'm pretty sure I just modeled that in an hour maybe, but I mean, I just wanted to get it done and implemented as fast as possible, just cause.
I was looking for the last candy.
I remember that when we were talking back when Thane was still on the team. A shout out to Thane. I still think you're great.
Same.
But yeah. I remember back when Thane was on the team, and he was always like, "This penguin model is impossible to model for because the symmetry's way off." And I don't think he ever actually saw the newer model. He kind of retreated from the entire scene after the breach, unfortunately. But I think he would be pretty satisfied with how it's come out. I don't know how he would feel about us redoing all the models that he sent to us, but you know.
But
I remember his clown costume. I still think it's pretty good for being an untextured model.
It's a part of the journey.
Exactly. It is what it is. I think the game looks way good now. I think what we should do right now is go and take a little viewing of the Night of the Living Sled with everybody. I think that'd be a pretty fun little experience.
So we're gonna do this sort of.
I'm gonna do a big viewing.
Big viewing, and it's gonna be sort of screwed up a bit. We're gonna watch the second one first, But you know.
I mean, hey, it's like some of the best movies don't have chronology. It's fine.
Star Wars, but you know.
Well, I mean.
Yeah, that too.
All right, let's be real. Star Wars is only good when it had chronology.
Yeah, more or less.
When it had no chronology, you mean?
No, chronology is when it is in order.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I think. Okay, never mind. I see what you're saying.
When it had linear chronology, it was better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
backward.
Saying. Prequels. Chronology, I meant by chronology. I thought you meant first through third, and then 4 through 6, and you get what I mean.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, come and sit down. I'm gonna take a seat in the back row because the back row is the best row.
And what's it called? So basically, this viewing of Night of the Living Sled, which was the sequel, is just basically ripped from the original channel. And I'll tell you why we didn't do anything to it is because getting the first Night of the Living Sled, which you'll see in a few minutes, to get to an HD state was absolutely like the worst experience with Flash.
It was a nightmare from someone who uses Flash pretty much daily. It was a nightmare. I would not recommend it to my worst enemy. It's terrible.
Because I removed whatever, and then I tried playing it back. There were missing textures, like textures that were fully matte black. I had to redraw some textures. It was...
That's a common thing when it comes to decomp. I was talking to my co-owner who is way less into Flash, and he was like, why is a bunch of the stuff black when you turn it into an FLA? I'm like, that's just what happens. It's just a part of the older files. Just the line art gets really weird when it decompiles. Mm-hmm. It's a shame. It's a shame because you lose a lot of really good art that way, and there's no way to recover it. But it is what it is.
And someone said something about the orange vest. Yeah, so
orange vest.
The post did get 10 likes, so all I can say right now is stay tuned. And
is it Vartex? Is Vartex saying it?
Yeah.
Of course. Vartex, we love you. You've been asking for the orange vest for a year, and we appreciate it every single time.
It's like eventually I'm gonna need to have the item in game, so yeah, just wait maybe a week or so, a few weeks, maybe in the next catalog, maybe in the catalog like 2023. You never know.
I can tell you that some of my favorite items are coming to the catalog. I'm finally gonna be able to dress like my avatar. It's gonna be pretty sweet.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, the blonde dude.
No. Actually, that's the only item that isn't coming. We're not doing wigs yet. But the cheesy necktie and the jean jacket, they're both confirmed. Sorry to spoil that, but it's like 1/5 of the catalog, so.
Oh, and someone's talking about where the scarf is. I guess, spoiler alert, if you do the candy hunt, then you will get the scarf. Pretty much.
Wow, I gotta ruin it like that.
I said spoiler, I swear. I said it. So.
Guys, I am standing on Night of the Living Sled. I'm okay with this.
Oh no, I'll tell you what, just off topic. Eating no carbs is difficult. That's all I'm just gonna say. It's
eating
like no bread or anything. It's almost like eating nothing.
Oh yeah, no. Bread's the lifeblood, man.
I had to do it for this whole week, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that again.
I mean, if I didn't have carbs, I would die. I have to run like a bunch after school every day for conditioning.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta eat carbs.
You got
also, yeah, can we talk about how much of an improvement this beacon is over the old beacon? Because oh my god,
you can see it. You can see the town and stuff. Not the town.
Yeah, no, the original beacon was like on its own island. It was like in a pocket. It was like in a pocket dimension. Wasn't it also way bigger?
Yeah, it was
I remember being gigantic, and I was like, all right, that's kind of ridiculous size for it. The lighthouse is still kind of weirdly scaled, but it makes more sense for the lighthouse to be big than the beacon. Also, yeah, the water looks great, obviously.
Okay, so this
Looks
is
way better than
we're in the nightclub now, and
We have
so
it
So they have pre-Halloween 19.
Last
year's Halloween party, probably 10 people had it.
Yeah.
There's no way to check now, but if I had to guess, probably 10, 15 max.
Wait, what?
The rarest item.
Wait, who are we talking? What are we talking about?
The
wizard hat?
Some guy asked if.
Yeah, the wizard hat. The wizard hat before this party was the second rarest item in the game, other than
Quizmaster. That's right.
Quizmaster is the first, obviously. That one only has 5 owners in total. Well, actually 6, because I also own it.
But you never won a Kahoot. It's not fair.
Shh, I modeled it. I modeled it. I am the Quizmaster.
Oh, that's right. You're the one who makes the quizzes, right?
I'm the one who makes the quizzes, I'm the one who streams them, and I'm the one who made the item. So I reserve the right to have it.
I can't wait until this is staff one. So I mean, there's no fun in adding it. So
I have mod badges. They haven't gotten implemented. I've had them modeled for like, I don't know, 6 months now. Like 3D mod badges, and Y-Drop has them textured. They're like ready to go.
Honestly, do we really want mod badges? I mean, at this point, everyone knows who the mods are. So.
I mean, it'd probably be good for the newer ones, and also obviously just make it a pin. That way you can just turn it off if you want to be undercover.
Hold on, I'm gonna be right back for a second, just for like a minute. Hold on.
All right, you're good. See, here's the problem with a lot of people that want to be mod. Instead of wanting to actually help the community, that they rather just kind of have the status of being mod.
Yeah, no, they'd rather fly. Well, yeah, of course, but I think the mod badge is a good idea, just for the authenticity. But like the problem with mods in general is that a lot of them just like to flex. It is annoying, but you get some good ones.
Our staff team's pretty good with that, especially.
Yeah, no, most of our staff team all the time has been really, really good about that whole mod thing, not being completely,
power hungry.
Yeah, no, we've been pretty fortunate with not that many toxic staff. I mean, obviously there are the outliers. We have a few horror stories, but most of the time I would say that our staff team is pretty good. And I actually, now on that topic, I do want to make a few thank yous to staff members. I want to say thank you to the wiki staff because you guys don't get enough attention. I want to say thanks to Neon, Domo Head, Banana Moose, obviously my partner Nexus, and obviously I'll give a little pat on the back to myself because, you guys are great. One of the best staff teams I've ever worked with. You guys always manage to deliver. Never have to really warn you guys. You're great. Thanks so much. I want to say thank you to the entire art team, past and present. You guys make the game look beautiful, and I would be nowhere without you guys. Modeling team obviously gets big props. I love you all. Moderators, you guys are great. All of you have been really chill, past and present. You guys have really helped make the game safe and verify all those usernames that no one else wants to touch. I want to give a few personalized thank yous to Snow, Techno, and Y-Drop because you guys are truly the backbone of this project.
Yeah.
And then obviously I have to give thanks to the 3 owners, Paolo, Andrea, and Will. You guys invited me here. You guys made me feel like I was invited and safe and a friend, and I appreciate every single thing that you guys have contributed. And of course, where would we be without our beautiful users? Every single one of you makes me so happy to work here. I want to give a big thank you to you guys for coming out every day. Coming out, playing the games, finding glitches, sending each other postcards, demanding postcards from people, meeting mascots, collecting items, decorating your igloo. Literally everything you do is so great. Everything you do is so amazing, and we're so happy to have you. That's about it for the thanks. Back to mac and cheese, because I don't have any on me right now. There is a huge stack of it in my dorm that I have not eaten.
All right, well, you can go do that.
I actually do not want to go and make it, but
You can go. I can keep company for the stream, I guess.
Oh no, I mean I just don't want to make food.
Oh.
I'm just lazy. I don't want to walk over to my campus microwave and microwave it. I also have to get water, and I don't really want to waste water that I could be drinking.
You know what's funny is that, funnily enough, even though Paolo's been along the longest, I probably know the least about him compared to him.
Paolo is an enigma.
Yeah.
Paolo is an enigma.
He's a cool dude, but like I know by far the least about him.
I always like seeing new staff come to me because I'm the one who handles most of the hiring, and they're like, why does Paolo not like me? And I have to explain, Paolo doesn't like anybody.
That's
you
right.
You have to earn Paolo's respect. You can't just come in and be like, oh yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
It reminds me of my AP teacher a lot, actually, from last year. A lot. Just doesn't like anybody. But he's a cool dude once you get to know him.
Okay. Got meatloaf wrapped in bacon. So, alright, I'm good.
And I've never heard of that. Meatloaf wrapped in bacon?
Yeah. I haven't heard of it either.
Did the movie glitch?
You gotta keep clicking on it.
That's what this answer and reactor. Yeah, it's in reactor.
That's fine.
I've just been playing Hydro Hopper in the background. My score is 2,700 right now.
Yeah, we should probably increase how many coins you get from Hydro Hopper now that I think about it.
I got like 600. No, I got 600 from bean counters yesterday. You got a lot from bean counters.
Because usually the amount of points you get dictates the amount of coins you'll get. And I was on Hydro Hopper and I was like, wow, I might like get however 700 coins, but I only got like 25.
Oh, actually, we need to improve that.
So it's something that should be able to change soon.
Have we not gone over this? I guess we haven't had the situation with candy. No, I don't need any. I don't need any. It's the same problem that I have with chocolate. Too much sugar and too big.
Chief, alright, Chief, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it.
I'm not like it. I'm surprised.
Man.
No, I hate it.
Thank you for coming out, especially for people that may not be in an appropriate time zone.
Big Keeper, we're still answering questions, so ask away if you really want to. Just chill.
Oh, and Paolo's on the game finally. And yeah, we still are answering questions. And to talk about the Flash debate, I think, or it dying in 2020, it's not dying per se. Support is just ending for it. So it might not be that stable anymore. But
it's the same as saying that like Windows XP or whatever, after support ends for it, it's dead. Well, I mean, you can still use it. Airports still use it. You know, like you can find a way around it, especially with this stuff.
But it's like, I mean, I love XP. If they still had support for it, I would probably use XP.
XP is by far my favorite. It goes XP and then 7. It was just so simple. It was so simple, but like you could do so much with it.
It's like, am I gonna make Club Penguin support for Windows XP? No. Even though I love XP as much as I do, I bought an XP laptop just because my insane extreme love for XP. But am I gonna, you know, play Club Penguin 3D on it? No. I'm gonna leave it to be Windows XP. I'm gonna play a pinball on it.
Yeah. Any way to... Yes, we have a random idea section. Is that in public or is that just staff?
Might be staff only, but I mean...
I honestly forgot. But yes, just put them in general. We can ping me or whatever. I'll be fine. If you have any, like, actual ideas.
Yeah, we pretty much check general chat all the time, so...
Will there be more adding to the ice fishing game? Yes. We're actually planning on that. Not now, though. It's not a priority. But yeah, there will be more added.
Well, let me see if I could divert people to the plaza, because I just want to see if some people pick up on the thing we added. The Easter egg that...
And there's a wasp right next to me. Okay, that's cool.
I'm back. Sorry, what I...
Nothing really.
My I just...
There's a wasp.
She tried to like bribe us with candy. It was pretty good. She like knocks on my. Only met this girl like 3 times, and I'm like, oh hi, what's going on? Thought we were in trouble or something. I was like, oh no.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Usually when it already knocks on your door, it's because you did something wrong. Yeah. Where's the heart of the party right now? Are we still in coffee shop right now?
I'm at the pizza parlor just cause. You know, I just want people to. I don't know if I should say it or not, but.
I would say that you can. I would say keep it ambiguous, but you know, if you've been paying attention to the clues and tuning into the live streams, I think you kind of know what's coming.
Yeah. So if you're in this room, I think you know, just look around, and you could pretty much tell what is going to be planned. So
I think once you're in the room, you kind of know what's planned.
Mm-hmm. But just know that's going to be happening soon.
We've got big plans for next month. I'll just leave it at that.
I wonder if I could add this like gigantic organ into my igloo. Once we get bigger igloo sizes.
Andrew, what? Wait, Andrew, what? Oh, you're wearing the 80s synth.
Excuse me, sorry, I have to take a phone call.
I was wondering because some guy was like, I like your background sale, and I'm like, what are you wearing? And you're wearing the synthwave.
I wish I had. Do I have techno added? I should. Because I remember Techno in his igloo has the box dimension portals that you could still use.
Yeah, I remember this. I used to have them, but for some reason Snow pulled them out of my inventory and didn't pull the Technos. I'm assuming there was some testing that I wasn't there for when I got pulled from the Unity project. But yeah, I haven't had it for a while. Techno and Snow are the only two that still have it. Even Snow doesn't know why I don't have it anymore. We were talking, like, I gave it to you. I'm like, I know you did. It's just not there.
Because I remember Raining was in the box dimension. He sent a screenshot, and then I was like, wait a minute. I don't even know about this.
Snow's like, hey, can you VC? And I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, we need to figure out why he has the portal box. I'm like, okay, fair. Let's do it. So we traced it all the way over to Techno. Fascinatingly, for people that are in the stream, Snow's portal boxes don't have the ability to go to the box dimension, but Techno's do. Dang. Which means that Techno's Unity box is its own prefab that has the ability to do it, and Snow's doesn't. I don't know. I don't even know how or why that would be the way it works, but it is.
Oh, and someone's asking about server jumping, I think.
Oh, that old, like, I've never really understood what server jumping was meant to accomplish, but it looked kind of cool. I think
probably from hopping from server to server if you accidentally like click one or something.
I thought the idea was to like get out of like being able to. I don't know. I think the idea was like if you're on like a dead server, you could switch over to a crowded one.
Without like relogging in.
Without relogging, I think that was the idea. I don't know. I think it got canceled due to a lot of glitches. I don't remember explicitly why.
I do.
Oh wait, I just realized. Oh yeah, sorry.
Wait, what?
Yeah, what?
No, never mind. I'll tell you in a minute. Right.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But what's it called? I don't think server jumping will be implemented unless we actually get more servers. But other than that, we mainly are just good having one server right now.
I remember when the hood came out.
Oh yeah, that was a big deal.
I have to rescind my statement because Snow just tagged me saying that's not correct. So I guess I'm wrong. Apologies. I was pretty tired that night. I could have heard a lot of things.
Yeah, also, I gotta give Club Penguin Island credit where it's due. They implemented a lot of old Club Penguin tracks in high quality, so...
oh, did that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, we talked about this.
They had Kart Surfer in high quality during their credits.
Domo Head is flexing. I repeat, Domo Head is flexing.
Hold on, let me check his player card. Okay, yeah, he is. I don't even
Domo
have
Head-
that hat.
Domo Head is flexing. I repeat, Domo Head is flexing.
Do I have him? I do. He's wearing Quizmaster. Oh.
I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna flex.
He's Smitty McWarben Juggin.
I try to not. I try
Oh,
to
yeah,
not. I try to not do quizzes that often. People want me to do them a lot more, and I'm like, if I do them too much, the item starts losing its luster. I have to do it like once every like 3 to 6 months. That way, people really get into it. Although it is almost time. It is almost time.
No, it is not almost time.
Yeah, it is.
You did it at like the middle of the summer. It's only been like 3 months. Oh.
Yeah, I said 3 to 6. It's not time at this second, but soon trademark it will be.
Time just flies, man. Time just flies. I remember so much about that.
Not exactly. I mean, it's gonna be fairly soon. Just, you know, a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge to all of our new penguins that are coming through.
I remember when Phil first joined too, and he did more in like 5 days, and all of us
I repeat,
exactly.
Banana Moose is now flexing.
Yeah, also, someone asked about evil puffles. If they're gonna be an actual puffle we can buy.
No.
For now, I'd probably say no, but I mean, you can't really know because I mean, rainbow puffles used to be the same.
And the gold too.
Yeah.
To quote the evil puffle, adoption script, if you adopt it, it kills you.
Yeah. So, you know, a soul for a puffle.
A soul for a puffle. I mean, that seems like a fair deal.
I remember watching those videos. They scared me so much when I was like 5. I was like terrified.
I remember seeing a Club Penguin video. Oh, I can't tell that story. That's NSFW. Wait a minute. I'll tell that one on the staff chat though. It's really funny.
Alrighty then.
Beta hats rare items. Well, obviously because we didn't. Yeah. Oh, beta isn't that rare, but alpha is super rare.
Beta's not insanely rare. I believe that the amount of beta testers is an approximate 7,500.
7,500? You mean 750?
No. 7,500 people have the beta hat.
Oh, you're right, because we have 20,000. I just realized that.
Yeah, no, 7,500 with the beta hat, I believe, if I had to make an estimate. But amount of those accounts that are actually still activated and exist and are, like, you know, like still used, people who play somewhat, I would say the average is probably, like, I don't know, maybe 500? I don't know. I wouldn't.
500. But
I don't know. I don't know how many people.
We've lost a lot of activity, but don't worry. Like we have some stuff in the books. We'll be back.
Oh, we'll definitely.
We'll be better. Yeah.
I would say that we're definitely in a bit of a now.
All right, Snow just posted in Snapchat 2,000.
Yeah, Snow again corrects me. Snow again corrects me. My numbers are very off. It is approximately.
He has the most access to all this stuff. So
exactly, he's got access to the database. I am not questioning him on that. Yeah, less than 2,000 or greater than 2,000 is what he says. I was reading my greater than less than signs wrong.
Man, you go back to second grade, man.
Greater than 2,000 people have it, but you know, it's still pretty rare when you assume 2,000 out of 20,000. That's still only 10% of the user base that has it.
I just realized what we're gonna do when we hit 100K, and then a mil, and then a bill.
I don't think we're gonna hit a mil. I'm just gonna make a bunch of accounts, and then I'm just gonna have a bot make accounts. That way we can.
What are we gonna do when the whole population plays CPD? Then why?
The entire population of the world.
At my school, everyone plays like people play CPO at my school.
Gross. They don't even know. Gross. CPO is an awful company held by awful.
Don't.
Well, we're live, so. I mean, that's just their, you know, opinion. So.
Oh, fine. Oh, okay, fine. They're allegedly a bad company. Oh, headed by alleged bad people. Okay.
But you know what? I've heard they got better, so who knows? But you know what? I can't make my opinions because I haven't been keeping up to date with it.
I wouldn't know because I'm banned, so that's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm also banned.
Oh wait, you are?
Yeah,
Oh wow, okay.
I'm not trying at all to disrespect them in any way. But I was on once, and I literally said one thing. I didn't think it would be offensive at all. I just got banned, so I just never cared. I've
heard they've gotten better, but I also just don't really like. I mean, I don't really CPO's style of Club Penguin anyway. I don't really like the 2013 on style, so
yeah. I see. It looks better from an objective standpoint, I guess, but the style is gone. It reminds me a lot of you know, SpongeBob, how it looks today and how it looked in like 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that.
I honestly prefer how SpongeBob looked then. It just, the artistic style fits so much better.
Although to be fair,
it looks
to be fair, SpongeBob's artistic style has definitely gotten like better than it was in its dark age. Like, even though it looks cleaner now, it's gotten way more experimental with its animation recently. What I've heard.
For sure, but I really love.
I mean, I'm not denying that the hand drawn looks better. I'm not. Don't be confused. I still think hand drawn looks better. That's why I like Club Penguin so much, because it was all hand drawn. I was also talking about it. I came up with a little bit of a thesis on the evolution of Club Penguin, where they would, when they were doing the whole the journey thing, when they were like going nuts on that, and they were like, all right, we're gonna do every single room over. They made rooms less practical. Like, if you look at the release history of rooms, it was like, hey, here's a room. Here's this room with like an improved purpose. And then you see like the vast difference in the rooms after the fact, and it just makes absolutely no sense. There's only a few rooms that I like better. I think it's really just the beach and the dock that I think look better than the original versions.
The Cove is probably my favorite room, or Cove/Forest.
I would say the forest does look better, because it looks more like a forest. The Cove, I'm pretty meh on. I don't really like how the Surf Shack turned into like a cabana. I never liked it. But not horrible. Not the worst room.
My favorite room is my igloo. I think it looks fire.
What does your igloo look like? Let me. Oh wait, how are you not on my friends list?
I don't know.
I mean, I have 137 friends, so I can't even add anymore. Once you get over 100 friends, the game just rejects you from adding them, so I will never know.
Interesting.
Still can't open up your igloo to the map, because member igloos doesn't exist. I think I would say, if I had to pick a favorite room on 3D, that's a good. I gotta think about that for a minute. There's a few that I like. Ski Hill is probably one of them. I like the sports shop a lot. I think the Ski Village entirely, that entire like section looks really good in comparison to the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it was like one of the last places that was really restructured, and it looks way good. I like the Cove a lot, but the Cove and Forest are super underutilized.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's not much that we can do about them being. Oh wait, as soon as I say that, okay.
Yeah, everyone pulls up.
Great.
I think right now the pool would probably have to be it, just because the ambience and the music.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like terrific.
I remember talking to the team about like what my idea was for the pool. I'm like, it has to be less homey than the boiler, but like way nicer than the mine in terms of like how comfortable you feel in it. Less than a boiler, more than a mine, and we actually found a really good mix of like really kind of creepy ambience combined with rock tune. So I think that was probably the best that we could do. As for features I would personally want to see in the next like year, I guess I would say that probably more mini games is probably my big one. Like we have some of the staples. We got beans. We've got beans. We've got some of Astro Barrier, not anymore, but you know, it's there. We got Hydro Hopper. We got a lot of the cool stuff that people like, but we need more of the cool stuff that people like. And that is the plan for the future. Do smaller events and focus more of our attention on minigames in comparison to planning a party for a month and getting nothing done but it. We need to definitely try to reprioritize that aspect of development a little bit better if I were to say we have an area to critique ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But everything we do now is so many layers of polish on it. I think that everything looks pretty good.
Yeah, I showed this to my to one of my teachers at my school actually,
Uh-huh.
and it was like an enrichment program, and she was very impressed. She said this is professional, and you know what? She tried giving me a bunch of credit for it. I'm like, no, this is a lot. Most of it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was these people I met, and she was like dumbfounded because it's not all about the direct contributions. Because here's the thing, only so many people can do so many things. It's about being a part of something bigger, and
Exactly. I would totally agree.
Because besides, honestly, I'm gonna be 100%. Besides maybe Snow and Y Drop, I don't think any of us could come close to doing this by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even Snow and Y Drop. I have talked to Snow and Y Drop for a very long time, and Snow and Y Drop depend on each other a lot.
Exactly.
Because Y Drop ended his project after realizing that he was probably going to need someone else to code it, if not do it himself. And our problem when Snow was here is that we didn't have enough of an art direction, so they both could just complement each other perfectly.
Exactly.
I would say that definitely those two, if they collaborated together on something else, it would be pretty scary.
Excellent. Yeah. I mean, Thane, me and Thane were doing it for a while, and then he.
I remember. I was working on a project with Thane and Techno for a while. Nick died too. A horror project, made up of low poly assets. So, lots of models being churned out just for nothing, unfortunately.
I think my parents pretty much like know everything I do on Club Penguin 3D. It's like my dad totally understands what it is, and he thinks it's like, very cool, it's like wonderful. My mom doesn't get it that much. It's like she gets it, but she's like, okay, but like how do you make like those 3D models? Like how do you is it a server everybody's connecting to? Who are these people you're working with? It's that.
I had that for a while with my parents when I first got on, because I was a bit younger than I am now, but now I'm like, whatever. It's
really, you were younger then than you are now. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm tired. Okay, I got a test in the morning.
Same.
But yeah, but like now I'm out of my parents' house, so it's just kind of like, all right, well, now I can kind of do whatever.
I'm still in my parents' house.
Well, I mean, I think most of the team is. I think college students. I think out of college students, it's like me and Snow, and Y Drop is like out of college. I think it's about as far as it goes.
And Palo, no one knows. No one knows.
Palo, I would say, I don't know where Palo is.
I think if I had to guess, I would guess that Palo's like
17. That's kind of my guess.
He's like 17. I would either guess that he's like, for some reason, like 35, or he's 17.
Oh, I know Palo's age. He's pretty much, I think he's my age. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
All right. All right.
I was thinking like 15, 17. I don't picture him being like a 5-year-old kid.
No way.
Of course not.
I think our youngest the person who made the gift shop that I don't really name.
Chiyayo, yeah.
Okay, well you named him. Okay, well you named him. So I mean, now it's out there. Yeah, no, I think I think Chayo is our youngest, and one of our most destructive modelers.
I think I know.
Fun fact for everyone who applies: he is the reason why that disclaimer is at the bottom of your applications.
Bada bing.
Bada bing. I had to write them.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's climbing the trees. All right, cool. I'm gonna go and join in.
See, here's the thing: is that we've grown a lot since our inception. Like that's.
Mm-hmm.
So, this game, I was about to say some harsh-ish language, but for lack of a better word, it was not great when it started. And I know I've said this time and time again, but like we've really improved.
I would say the best word for CP3D at its infancy is unpolished.
Yeah.
Unpolished and unfocused.
Unfocused, that's the word.
We were very unfocused on what we wanted. Everyone on the team had a different vision. Had to like. That's why we were like, all right, we need to have like a sort of top. We need to have like a top of this pyramid to kind of like give out the ideas and try to relay them past people. Give a kind of structure and vision to the ideas. That's why the administration exists. I think we do a pretty good job. I think the administration, since its inception, has done a lot for kind of pushing the team in a direction.
The administration's excellent, and
I think we're pretty good. Not gonna lie.
I mean, hey, I would love to add more people into it too, but it's just we can't have 1 million people as administrators.
I think our 5 is a pretty good amount for administrators. For a while I was actually deliberating diverting my head artist stuff to Fruit, but then Fruit left, so
because I think during like its I guess creation, where I was like, oh, I could start up this idea I had again. I was like more in the mindset of, oh, this will last maybe 2 weeks. That's pretty cool.
And now it's a year.
And now it's 3 years, I'm pretty sure. So
3 years. It's like 3 years since 3 years since the original idea, but you know.
So
now it's like,
down too.
I'm so glad, but I'm so surprised at the same time.
I remember. I don't think I've ever told the story on stream. I might have. I might have done it a while ago, but I remember when I joined the server. I don't know how I found it. I think I found it off like a random like Speedy CPSHQ site or whatever. One of you had done an interview. I think it must have been Palo. I had to make it. Maybe it was
you, but I talked to you. I
remember. I came in and you guys were like, "Hey, 3D modelers, we need you." Now I'm gonna throw a bombshell on everybody now. When I applied, I had like no experience with 3D modeling, so thank you for hiring me and making me your head modeler. I didn't have experience at the time. I did a little bit of hobbyist modeling, but like I hadn't done anything in the context of like a big game like this. It was probably my first project that was really collaborative on this scale. But I just kind of came in and I was like, I knew, and I was like, yeah, no, through some way I'm going to help this project, whether it's a mod or designer or whatever it is. I'm going to try and help this project because I think it's
looking
really cool.
back at some of our old DMs with me and Pal.
Oh man, I remember when you told me that I was off the team, and I'm like, oh, and then you're like, yeah, no, you're no longer a trial, you're gonna be a full time, and I was like, ah, oh, sweet, that's great. I remember when my reward for being on the team was a copy of Cinema 4D that I never used.
Oh yeah.
Never used it. Switched over to Blender pretty much as soon as Stain came on the team.
Okay, you know what? Let's not talk about that. Those were our dark days.
Our dark ages. Back when.
You don't understand, dude. My school is kind of fire. I'm very glad. I go to public school too, but I'm very glad to live in like the area that I do because they like legit. You can go to the office and just ask them like buy stuff for you if you're like gifted and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
And they'll do it.
Oh my god,
it's
that's
actually
insane.
really cool.
That's insane.
Like obviously, like there's restrictions to it. Like they got me like a student copies stuff like that. They're not gonna give you like a $700 stuff, but like if you need, it's really cool.
Someone's flexing with their old rookie background from April Fools.
Do I have that background? I was.
I would assume that you would, because we distributed it what 3 times, and one time was only really for Robocast, but the other 2 times were public. It was April Fools, and then the party after that. What was the party after that? I can't remember anymore. Was it just
summer?
Was it summer? Was summer right after April Fools? That sounds right. Yeah. Because May we didn't do anything. May we didn't have a party.
Oh man.
May we didn't do anything. So I guess it must have been summer. The summer party in June, the kickoff must have been it. And then July. I know we had something in July. That was Pirate? July was Pirate. Okay, so. Yeah, we did it for Robocast during the Pirate Party, I think, if I'm remembering this correctly. And yeah, no, we've released that background 3 times, but it's definitely the outlier when it comes to the backgrounds because it's drawn and not a render.
Do you remember Vassal Wars?
Oh, don't even get me started on Vassal Wars.
I made like 4 sprites, and I just
I made like 3 sprites. He hired me, and then no work actually got done.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, nothing against them.
Well, the guy who was running it also like he's like a CPR YouTube personality or whatever.
Yeah,
he still talks to me on occasion. I still am completely cordial with him. I think he's a really great dude who's just over his head. If I had to make it.
I remember that. That was. Here's the thing: is that no one like didn't. Number one, I didn't even like understand what the game really was.
No one did.
Because I know. I'm actually, obviously I'm not an artist by any means, but like when it comes to like Photoshop and like graphics and stuff, I'm actually not bad at that because I do, I'm not going to talk about it because this is unrelated to gaming, but I do this stuff with this one other guy with Photoshop. And, and like, the way that he expected it, he kind of expected it to be done without anybody to actually do it, because I think all of us have there, obviously, like, everyone in here has very, very, very minimal knowledge of actual game, like, not necessarily development, but like how to program and how to like string it all together. And you kind of need that one guy like Snow or White Drop to make a game like that work.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Like he kind of expected it to be made without anybody making it. That's what we did at first.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember him. He always like 85% chance. Like
he had like a designer, if I'm remembering it, a coder, if I remember this correctly, like one, and everyone was like, "Hey, you might want to like get another coder because this coder isn't doing anything." And he was like, "No, guys, it's fine. Don't worry about it." And then the game. Then there was a revival, and I was like, "Hey, if this ever gets revived, bring me back." And then the revival server also died, so Vassal Wars is very dead. But it was a fun little thing for like the 2 weeks that it lasted.
2 weeks, it lasted like 2 months. Just we
only really
did anything for like 2 days. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, no, I only ever did things for like 2 days. You're right.
Yeah, that was
a mess of a project.
You know what Crabjack is, right? Crabchat is. I've sent it in the Snapchat.
Yeah. Thane showed me Crabchat a while back.
I remember that. That was only me and Thane, I think.
Crabchat had potential. Like he was like, hey, if I were ever to pick this up, would you be interested in modeling for it? I'm like, oh, of course, man. It looks, you've got some promise here. But we never actually. I think Thane's big problem is the same problem that Damon Spike has, where he likes the idea of a project, but doesn't really commit to any of them because he's always looking to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Thane just kind of went. I think Thane just kind of hit something and was like, you know what? I like this better than my other 3D modeling projects, and he just left.
Yeah,
you know what? Good for him, man.
I think it's good to be like that, like especially if you're an artist, to get really into a project, and then once you're finished, you could you're anxious to move on to the next one. But I don't, like, personally, if I look back on a project, I'm like, oh, I wish I could have did this and that, because nothing's ever really done. I like to go back and change stuff.
That's the thing. I think a lot of game development types kind of forget that game design is never really a finished thing. It's always being improved.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, okay, this game is done, and then they just let it rot and die. That's the thing that happened to a lot of Damon Spike's old projects. He had Snail's Chat, which was very good. Then he had Snailedom, which was like a sequel. That was like snails in like a medieval world. That's pretty good too. And they both died when he got negligent. He had this Lego RPG thing that he tried to make, and it died because he got negligent. Old CP is still going somewhat strong. It for some reason seems to like rebound all the time in terms of users. Like I go on for references for Antique a lot because it's like the only really good compository of everything left, other than if I were to look for like old vintage files or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't have the file for Crabchat anymore, but I do have the actual build.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Also, shout out to Tiger of the Winds, because he's been making videos on our game for a while, and he's been a big supporter. So shout out to him.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Shout out to you.
Cool. We do appreciate it.
100%. All right, I'm gonna change my hat again. It's time to stop. I gotta wear a puppy hat.
We're gonna end off in 5 minutes or so, just because I gotta do homework. But around 5 minutes, I guess we'll wrap it up. So we still got 5 minutes.
Sounds good to me. Stream chat, where do you guys want to end the festivities for the night? You guys want to go back to the coffee shop, or you want to go somewhere else?
Now we wait for a reply. I'm not sure how the oh yeah, speaking of bad time to end the stream, Truder Mark is here.
Oh hey.
Oh, dang.
What's up, Truder Mark? How you doing?
So,
hey Truder.
Welcome to the end of the stream, I guess.
Yeah, welcome to the end of the stream. Grab your first year party hat if you want it.
But I guess we could head back to the coffee shop just to
yeah, I think that might be the most appropriate place to go for the end of the festivities. I'm gonna switch on my first year party hat as well. I'm gonna take off my alpha hat, switch that one on.
Oh yeah, and maybe take a peek.
So much stuff's happened, man. I'm so proud of you guys.
Aw, thanks, man.
Agreed.
Like actually, and you know
it's so good.
what made me realize is obviously I've done less than a lot of people. I've done more than a lot of people. I'm glad that I'm here. I'm glad I've done stuff. I'm glad to be with you guys. But what made me realize how great this game really is and the potential that adds is the Halloween party. Because I was on when it first came out or whatever, and I was like chilling, had YouTube in the background or whatever. But then I came on the next day where no one was on, and then I just focused on the party, and I realized how great it actually was. That's the thing. I realized how great it actually was.
No,
that was a professional level party, and it is. Like, you can walk on. This is a professional level game made by basically a bunch of kids.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was chatting about the Halloween party. I intentionally didn't check the model channel up until the Halloween party because I wanted to be surprised. And this blew me away completely. Every single piece of the puzzle is complete here. I think that this is probably our peak of parties. This was amazing.
Like, peak yet.
Well, I mean, peak so far. We're still on an upward incline, but this is definitely the best that we've done so far in terms of parties. Like, this is I think this combined with the anniversary is so amazing. I'm so proud of everyone who's worked for this for, as long as they've been here, whether it be 2 weeks or 2 years.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's so good.
I think overall I'm like very thankful for just the amount of talent we're able to, have, and all the, friendships that we have in the staff chat, because technically if Club Penguin 3D never existed, imagine everybody here worked if we had someone like Snow, Techno, YDrop, or any of the artists or developers go on to another CPPS, they are a superpower then.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, if everybody just disregarded Club Penguin 3D and went on to work on something like Club Penguin Rewritten, they would have I guess a Thanos gauntlet. I guess godly powers.
If we all left, there would be nothing left. It'd be sad. Very big sad.
I remember that scare last year, and we got past it.
Oh man,
it's just
that was.
We're just gonna keep getting better, and I'm really happy with you guys. I can't express this. When I first did this, I had a feeling it would last, but I didn't think it'd become this. I thought it'd be a lot different. I never thought we'd get anyone nearly as talented as the people that we have.
I mean, to be honest, when I first joined, I was still working at 4 or 5 other private servers, so I kind of just saw it as a weird side hustle at the time. And now it's become my main job in the Club Penguin community, and I really appreciate that I've had that chance. I sink a lot of time into this. I still am looking over all my designs and models. Even, I've been still looking over my website concept, and I'm like, man, I could just improve it a little bit more. That's great. I think everyone on our team does that all the time. Whether this one little thing could be improved so much more, and I really like that attitude. That very slightly workaholic attitude of this one thing, if it were just a little bit better, it'd be perfect. That sort of thing, and then just tweaking that and continuing to, and stuff like this happens with that.
I still find it crazy just the way the circumstances of Club Penguin 3D being made. Because again, we talked about this before. Obviously, it was going to be made by someone, but because it's just a good idea. But it was just the way that me and Will met. It's just that's a very low chance.
I remember this. The fact that Will thought you were someone else, and then you just happened to be talking.
It was just a conversation over Twitter, went to Skype, went to Discord. There we go.
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
I definitely didn't expect when I first got here to be an administrator and one of the heads of the team. Definitely not my plan when I got here. My plan was, hey, I might be able to get the beta hat and do this fun little experimental project with some people. It sounds pretty chill. Then it became my favorite staff team that I was on. Then it became my only staff team for a while back when we were in really big development where it was just me and Snow cranking out stuff. And then after that, it just became something that I was like, you know what? I really like the community here. It's really good. I enjoy it here.
We all do our stuff, man. We all do our stuff. I mean,
exactly.
Will made the model. Huge part. It was his vision. The 3D models in 2D. And I do the payments, social media, managing stuff like that. Website. Well, ish. I pay for the website. You know what I mean? And then, I mean, Snow made the game what it is. Simple as that. Palo, creative director, you know how it is. It's just like I like to thank these people so much because again, this is amazing. And I've regurgitated this a million times. This is amazing.
No, 100%. It's great. I think every single person that we have is such an asset to us. I hate losing any of them. For even if whether or not the loss is on good or bad terms, I still feel terrible over it a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, man, we lost a talent.
And you know what? Even after that scare after release, some people are questioning if we'd even make it back, and it's been a full year almost.
I remember that. It was such a shame. Such a shame back when people
we're back, and
we definitely
great year. We'll have another.
It definitely did hurt us after that because it was 4 days in and we already reached. It was such a terrible, awful, terrible thing that happened. But I think we're definitely on the rise. I think we're definitely doing. I think every single person on this team has an important piece in the machine.
And with the administrators, the way that it's functioned, it's perfect. Whoever came up with the idea of having instead of having owners, really, because they're still sub rank at this point.
I think it was.
More of a status thing. I mean,
I think
whoever came. Sorry.
No.
The actual administration and the way that it's made is perfect because then it's the way that it's structured is that everyone does something I don't know. I like it.
I think if I remember correctly, Snow and I were kind of talking, and we were like, we basically have administrative permissions, and I was like, yeah. He's like, we should probably have a chat separate from the other staff to talk about more pressing issues. And Snow was like, you know what, you're right. And then I made it, and then we just went from there. If I remember correctly, I think that's how it was, but not 100% sure. I know that Snow and I had talked about it before the channel was made, and before it was really set in stone.
I guess it's almost what's it called? How no matter what your position is, working on the game, your say is as equal as your the owner's opinion, where
exactly
you could give your own ideas and they're treated all equally.
Yeah, 100%.
So I don't think that's very important.
I don't think I've ever seen someone on the team go, well, I'm an administrator, so your opinion is not being used.
Exactly.
It's the only thing I've ever seen. I'm a modeler and you're X, so I'm gonna decide what we model. So that at least I kind of get. I don't get it when people try to hold their roles over other people's heads. Oh, I've been here longer, so I'm better. I've never understood it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame that a lot of private servers act that way, and it's another shame that a lot of private servers, and this one I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on which ones, but a lot of them tend to put their owners and moderators on such a high pedestal. They're treated like gods among men.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I can understand it because when I was 11 and 12, I did the same thing. I think we all did to an extent. I think it's a pretty common thing to worship people that they're kind of like, oh, these are the people that manage the server and they're talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a. I still remember that there was an old CP moderator that talked to me. His name was Santaloon, and I don't know where he is now. Great dude. He was the one who was he's the one who really pushed me to trying to do Club Penguin, being on teams and stuff other than playing. And I applied it for moderator a lot of times. I never got it. But then someone else was like, hey, what if you just design things? I don't remember where the idea came from, but I was like, you know what, that's a really good idea. So I went from there, and then it got me here, and then it just kept going. It's all about moderators that are good models,
mm-hmm.
versus a lot of moderators who kind of just don't really see the point of their position other than, oh, it's a flexing thing. I'm better than everybody because I have this badge on my player card that says I am.
Mm-hmm.
And this role on Discord. It's such a. I really try to enforce in our team that that's not the way that we do things.
Mm-hmm.
Even when mods get in arguments, a lot of the time I'll criticize the mod openly because they're wrong. It's about making sure. I think the secret to our community other than the fact that it's, it's kind of a cult community, but I do love our community with, my whole entire heart. I think the secret to why our community is so generally good is that we we have kind of a good structure of what makes a mod team good and what makes a staff team function and a positive environment. I think we're pretty good at that.
Mhm.
If I had to toot my own horn, I think that would be one of the things that I would definitely say. I mean, sure, we've had some stinkers, sure, but I would say most of our team is pretty good overall. I think we're all pretty good.
I think to end off, I think I always sort of knew that somebody like would do something innovative with Club Penguin. I just didn't know I would be a part of that. Where if the Halloween party, for example, when we had test builds for that, and I went on the game. I mean, we're all still Club Penguin fans, so when I went on, I was like jumping out of my seat. I was like, oh my god, this is like amazing,
Wait, the original build from like Christmas?
like every single test build and stuff.
Oh, you're just talking overall.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
man.
like overall, like I
thought you
think
were talking about. I thought you were talking about. I think that first test build is probably like the happiest I've ever been
Mhm.
on this server, other than maybe beta, and it's the test, the beta open, and then this party are like my three top moments. Like, oh my god,
'Cause,
this is amazing.
I think like with like executives, making a game because they're getting paid, I don't think they have as much excitement unless they're getting paid more. Where we just get paid in, it looks great, people are happy, sort of that, because I mean we're fans in the end, and I am overall just super grateful that people appreciate the work we've done so far. And I guess to end off my final words, I want to say thank you to the people who've been here since alpha, beta, or even joined today or a week ago, however it may be. What else I was gonna say? I forgot.
You forget your thing.
You said alpha,
Yeah.
beta.
Alpha, beta, and I talked about this a bit early in the stream, but we have some big plans coming, so you may see our name more frequently in the Club Penguin community. So stay tuned for all that big stuff around the end of the year, maybe. So
Yeah. Another year. Let's go.
It's been a great year so far, and here's to more. So any final words before we end the stream?
Questions, comments, and concerns.
Guys, let's just have another great year. Come on, let's be back next year. Let's be better and let's be bigger. Let's go.
I agree.
Agreed.
I think we definitely got.
Thanks to Will.
We got the skill.
Thanks to everybody for making this true. I've loved Club Penguin since I was a little kid. I thank you, the community, staff, everything. Thank you.
So thank you guys for coming out, especially for some of you where it is it's 2 a.m. very late.
Very, very late to you.
And, thanks for supporting us. And man, I just never would have expected as a 5-year-old playing Club Penguin that I would sort of have my own Club Penguin, I guess you could say.
Definitely, if I told myself when I was like 9 years old making a Club Penguin account after my first month, if I was like, hey, in 10 years from now, you're going to have people asking for your player card like the people who write the blog, I would be like, are you kidding me? I wouldn't believe you. I wouldn't believe that I would have that sort of pseudo celebrity status on anything. And I know our project is small, but I really appreciate everyone who comes out to these things. Makes this island really feel like home, especially to me.
Well, because it is home and we're living it together in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But thanks for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And thanks for coming out to the anniversary meetup. So here's to another year.
Thanks.
Happy birthday, everyone. See ya.